WION has been tracking the outbreak since day one, and now in collaboration with China CGTN, we have with us Xinchen Xu, correspondent at CGTN. He's joining us live from Wuhan. Let's get a sense of ground zero from Xinchen as he joins us live on this broadcast. A very warm welcome to you, Xin. Now, let's begin by asking you, what is the situation on ground zero in Wuhan?
Sure. So right here in Wuhan, the city in central China's Hubei province, it is still the worst hit city by the virus. Almost 2/3 of the death caused by the virus actually here in Wuhan. So there are new restrictions put by the government. So first, the city is still on lockdown. And now the city actually is planning to isolate all suspected cases, thousands of them. And a few reasons for that. And the first reason is that because hospitals here in Wuhan are running on fumes. And the latest data suggests there are only 200 beds available across the city. But as I mentioned, thousands of suspected cases, and they are waiting to be checked inside of the hospital. But then they need to do the test to confirm the virus first. So the new regulation and new measure is to actually to make arrangements for these suspected cases, and the government will arrange special vehicles to transport them into a camp, and offering free meals and free board, and also under free medical surveillance.
We're also learning that China's central bank is planning to pump in over $170 billion into its economy because the virus has clearly impacted its economy. What has the impact been like on businesses?
So because of the virus, in fact, an emergency measure has been put on across China that actually affects the railways, as well as other mass transport, and that will produce hurdles for logistics. And also right now, it is during the Spring Festival holiday. A lot of factories are, in fact, in recess. And a lot of experts are saying there will be a similar economic impact on Chinese economy compared to the 2003 SARS outbreak. That means, like, for the first quarter, industrial output will be reduced we don't really know the clear number right now, but definitely there will be some kind of impact on the country's industrial capability.
Right. Researchers are also making strides in the race to create a coronavirus vaccine. Do let us know of the latest that's coming in on this vaccine development.
So right now, we don't really have a special medicine that will actually prevent the virus or cure the virus right now. But then there are a couple of drugs that Chinese hospitals are working on, and there is one specific drug that just got approved by the State Council. And the drug research is led by the Sino-Japan Friendship Hospital in Beijing. And they are going to carry out clinical trials on February the 3rd, and the trial will last until almost the end of April, and to show if that vaccine will actually work and be effective.
Right. Xin, how are people in Wuhan battling the situation? We know the city is in a state of lockdown. Are people allowed to move outside the city and within the city at all?
People are allowed to go places within the city, I mean, for the city residents. But right now, as I have mentioned, the city is still on lockdown. So that means there will be checkpoints along the highway, toll gates. Vehicles from within Wuhan, they cannot get out. But occasionally, cars from outside Wuhan can still get in. But once they get in, they cannot get out. And for cargo trucks, to transport supplies, medical supplies, food supplies, they need to file their paperwork on a daily basis to pass those toll gates and to actually enter Wuhan and leave by the end of the day. Around 9 million people are still set to live here in Wuhan, and they cannot really get anywhere else except Wuhan.
Right. Shin, we're also learning that one of the hospitals is going to get operational from tomorrow. We're certainly expecting that to bring some respite to the victims in Wuhan. Now, what is the latest on the construction of both the hospitals?
So there are two hospitals, two emergency hospitals specially designed for patients with the coronavirus or those suspected cases of coronavirus here in Wuhan. And one of the hospital is going to take in patients on Monday. And that hospital is going to, offer another 1,000 hospital beds. And the second hospital is set to be ready in another 4 days' time. That will offer another 1,500 hospital beds, and that will definitely reduce the pressure on hospitals across the city. As I have mentioned, there are only 2 hospital beds available in the city, but thousands of patients are waiting to be checked in. And also, because of those 2 hospitals are specially designed for coronavirus, that will also offer protections for medical staff. But we'll see what will happen. Once the first hospital, which has been topped up today and ready for patients to move in on Monday, and we'll see what will happen later.
Right. Shin, my last question to you is, going by the latest reports that have been presented by the Hong Kong scientists, the infection may be as high as 75,000 in Wuhan alone. Now, is this contagion not surpassing SARS in terms of its transmissibility?
To be honest, I've been speaking to a lot of doctors, and what they've been telling me, just because this coronavirus shares similar gene pattern with the SARS family, but it is still not SARS, and it's a different virus. And doctors are still trying to learn how this virus can evolve and spread or even mutate. But so far, there's no significant signs for mutation. And we do see a surge of confirmed cases in recent weeks, but a lot of experts are just saying because right now, the country here in China, doctors, CDCs, disease control centers, and hospitals are just capable of doing more tests. That's why we're seeing this surge in confirmed cases. And doctors are not making their calls at this moment to say if this Wuhan virus is more deadly or more contagious than SARS.
Right. Thank you so much, Xinchen Xu, for bringing us all the latest from Wuhan. We'll keep coming back to you. In the meanwhile, stay healthy, stay safe.